And breaking news coming in now, the police seeking probe against PM in connection with the Sahara Diaries has been dismissed. Big victory for the centre there. My colleague Meenakshi with the latest on this big breaking. Yes, Meenakshi. Meenakshi, if you can hear me. Prashant Bhushan fails to provide enough proof as per the court. It has been dismissed.
Well, that is correct. This is an order which will long sting Prashant Bhushan, because remember, he gave it all its might today before the Supreme Court. The matter started at 10:30 in the morning, and this is the longest ever matter which has gone on for dismissal or admittance before the Supreme Court. At the fag end of the working day, the Supreme Court came out with its pronouncement saying that if such documents are admitted as evidence, it would be a gross misuse of the process of law, and it can have acute effects going forward. And therefore, the Supreme Court has moments back gone ahead and dismissed this particular petition, calling it devoid of any merit. So clearly, somewhere the evidence, the IT appraisal report, and everything correlated to this particular petition has not really held the scrutiny of law in the eyes of the Supreme Court of India.
Now, Meenakshi, even earlier, the court, while deciding whether or not to admit this plea, had in fact given more time to Prashant Bhushan to provide more evidence, because clearly what was presented earlier was not considered enough. Was there further evidence provided, and what were the court's observations on it?
Well, that is correct. There was an initial, when the matter was heard by the Supreme Court of India, at that point in time, the court had gone ahead and asked for Prashant to submit further material evidence. That was submitted by way of a fresh affidavit by Prashant Bhushan, where he quoted extensively from the internal IT appraisal report. But that, again, today did not stand the scrutiny of the Supreme Court of India. The Attorney General was at hand for the central government, arguing that if documents of this nature, which are loose documents, are admitted as evidence, that going forward anybody could make these diary entries, anybody could bring out these documents, citing them as evidence against perhaps the president, against the prime minister, against judges. Therefore, this is not sanctioned by the process of law, and this does not fall in the purview of legal evidence, as is the law. And the Supreme Court of India somewhere found merit in the Attorney General's submissions, and therefore even the additional evidence which was purportedly submitted by Prashant Bhushan, which comprised of these internal IT assessment reports, that was also not, at the end of the day, significant enough. That did not amount to additional evidence in the eyes of the apex court.
Well, it's very clear right from the start, Meenakshi, that the bench had expressed very clear disinclination to entertain this petition at all right from the start.
Well, that is correct. That was the initial concern, which was expressed by a disparate bench, that time comprising Honorable Chief Justice of India, Honorable Justice J.S. Kehar. But this time, today, was a new bench that was seized of the matter. But upon examination, upon scrutiny, somewhere the bench was not. This was day-long.
All right, Meenakshi, we're going to try and reconnect with you, as we are losing your audio now. But Meenakshi bringing us the breaking news right now that the police seeking a probe against the Prime Minister in connection with the Sahara Diary notings has been dismissed. Prashant Bhushan and his NGO failed to provide adequate proof to satisfy the court. Remember, Meenakshi is in fact back with us for more on this now. Meenakshi, the court has held that the diaries cannot be considered enough proof, and as you were elaborating earlier, the court has very clearly said that when these are allegations against such top functionaries, there has to be very clear material evidence.
Well, that is correct. This was the initial concern which was expressed by an earlier bench comprising Honorable Chief Justice of India, Justice Kehar, but he recused himself after Prashant Bhushan raised certain aspersions, as his file was that time pending with the government for elevation to the Chief Justice of India. Subsequent to that, today the matter came up before a disparate, different bench, and all day long, since 10:30 in the morning to about 3:30 in the afternoon, the matter was argued. The Attorney General firmly and in a very